Hello, I'm Justin, one half of Mirror Twins, and I'm building a costume out of cardboard for my son. I've never done anything like this before, so come along with me, let's see how it turns out. Will it be awesome? Will it be a colossal failure? Will he even wear it for Halloween? Let's find out. This is me building a Starscream costume out of cardboard. Welcome back to me building a Starscream costume, part 2. Now, if you haven't seen the first part of what actually I'm trying to do, go ahead and check that one out first and then come back, yeah? I'll see you back in a second. For everyone else, thank you for continuing on this journey with me. I'm gonna use this episode to actually show you how I go about forming the pieces and planning stuff out. Planning. I'm not much of a planner. This drives my wife insane. Like, I have it in my head, but I don't draw stuff out too much. I kind of know where I'm going already. My materials. I have Velcro. I'm going to use this to actually get into the costume. My plan is to have it kind of wrap on and then Velcro. I have the blue duct tape. We are not painting this. Some cardboard doesn't do great with spray paint. I don't like the fumes, so we're actually taping it for the color. We have red duct tape. We have gray duct tape, and this is more of a silvery gray. It ends up looking like this. We have our model. This is what I'm using generally as the model, G1 inspired Starscream. We're gonna do a much simplified version. I have some cutting tools, but I don't use those as often as I use my X-Acto knife. And I've discovered that there's different types of cardboard. You have the thin kind, which is great, but then you have this more thick, squishy kind, which is not so great, depending on what you're using it for. Some other things I've discovered is if you put a bend in it, it's not as great or as sturdy as actually creating the shape yourself with the tape. Speaking of tape, I'm using packaging tape. I'm making it out of cardboard because I wanted it to be light. I wanted it to be cheap. I never had to order or go find boxes. We live in the world of on-demand shipping. I'm using some big old cardboard as my cutting board, and then just to make sure I don't go through the carpet, I'm using this folding table. Today we're gonna work on the wings. My plan is to make this one solid piece in the back, shape of the wings up like that, use one side to completely attach it to the costume, to the back of this, which I'll probably have to extend that down, and then use the other side. Did any of that make sense? Probably not. See why it's hard to work with me? It's all up here, baby, and up here's a scary place. Before I get to the wings, I did realize I need to finish making another one of the wrist forearm pieces. So I have 3 of these. I need to make a 4th one. And one time saver is once you have a repeating pattern, just use the pattern and draw around it for the next one. You can cut this just with scissors, it might be easier, but anything thicker than this might actually break the scissors. In fact, that's how we broke my last scissors, and these aren't great scissors. These are just some Walmizzy Sizzies. Couldn't that Starscream, 'cause he's such a scream, is my country song. I think Starscream would be a country music fan, right? He probably sings in the shower, right?
She thinks my tractor's sexy. I think my tractor's sexy when it transforms.
Alrighty, lining these up. The good thing about making it out of cardboard, the imperfections will be covered up by the tape mostly. If I was not covering this in tape, I'd have to be a lot more careful about my shapes, because any paint I would spray over it would show all manner of imperfections. See, that's much sturdier than if I just bent it. See, and just wrap it over nice and tight like that. I've successfully created my second one. I had to cut it down because I think I just mismeasured it, but I have 2 of them. They fit. I've extended the back on this one. You can see it's pretty sturdy. We'll see how it works. I'm hoping the wing on the back will make it even sturdier. And then the taped one, I discovered that, yes, packing tape sticks to duct tape pretty darn well. I have my single wing piece. Where's Starscream? I copied the outline, the silhouette, as best I could there, and it's going to be one single piece. I'm hoping for sturdiness. I literally just laid it down and had my son lay on it and roughly sketched it out. Then I got a long ruler and straightened it up as best I could. Now this is the big squishy cardboard. It's bigger, it's stronger in larger pieces like this. That's why they make it out of this, but it's also really annoying to cut. So I'm gonna have to cut this slow and easy. What I do, again, this is that really thick cardboard. I just kind of make a dotted line with my X-Acto knife, because this definitely won't cut through the whole thing. In fact, if I flip it over, you won't even see the line on the other side. So this is an arduous, slow process. You might be asking, well, why don't you use that big old razor cutter thing? It's really hard to cut a straight line with that one. That's why I like to just dot it along with this. And of course I can clean it up with the scissors or something else, but it's much easier. Well, I say that, but you can tell, because when I use this, it just kind of tends to go crazy. It's a lot harder to move along the line. If you guys know of a better method to use this or a better tool, let me know. You don't need to be super accurate because the duct tape's gonna cover up a lot of these imperfections. Okay, I've got my wing or wings for the back. So the plan is one side is going to be super glued or taped on somehow on one side, and then the other side will just be a lot of strips of Velcro perfectly level, and that should, in theory, not only keep the costume together, but also keep those shoulders level and stop them from tilting. I guess I could Velcro both sides. Also, Starscream's gonna be a little more silver than his, like, super light gray, because light gray duct tape wasn't really easy to find. The other issue we're running into is these little strips of duct tape are coming off the cardboard. I think that's an easy fix, but it's still annoying. So it's another step in the process we've got to worry about. Now I'm working on the belt piece that'll go across like that, and I'm just trying to start in the middle with the crotch, I guess, the cod piece, and just decorate it up a little bit. The original G1 was just this flat, smooth part that just kind of angled around like a cup, I guess. As you can see on the toy, there's a lot more detail on this modern toy, so maybe I'm gonna do a mix of both. Alright, I have Starscream's belt, his crotch area, crotch scream, star scrotch. Star scrotch? So my idea is to make a long strip of Velcro that acts as a belt, and he'll just strap it on in the back. And to do that, I've got to make belt loops. So my idea is I'll just roll them like that, give a little bit of bend, and tape them in strategic locations down the line like that. Now I've got to make really certain and be careful that they're all at the same level so it stays level on his body. You'll see this pretty low res, pretty low detail on this. I could add some stuff. Maybe we'll go ahead and tape it red and then put some stuff on top of it. Or we could just paint some black lines on there with some Sharpie. Just that little bit of detail in the middle brings it up a notch. Oh, I'm just duct taping Starscream's crotch. You gotta make sure there's a little bit of a space there. You know, you don't want to make it too flat. You don't want to make it too curved up. Little caterpillar inching along just slightly. And of course, bending the cardboard pre-taping helps as well. And I think we'll call it quits for today. I made a lot of progress, I feel. Every time I start this, I'm like, oh geez, I have so much to do. And then I get a lot of progress done pretty quickly. So we've got to do his stripes. I've got to find some white duct tape, which I completely forgot about. What do you guys think? The upside down Decepticon symbol, which makes it transform accurate? I'm pretty sure in the cartoon, they would occasionally flip right side up. People will be like, why is the symbol upside down? Please tell me, what am I doing wrong? Do you have any tips or tricks to help speed this process up or do it better besides just be better and smarter about it? Plan ahead, Justin. Also, we do have a merch shop if you're interested in Mirror Twins merch. It's in the description, plus you can go to our YouTube homepage and go to shop. If you like this content, if you want to follow along, give us a little subscribe, ring the bell, and all that great YouTuber stuff, and I will see you guys on the next one for part 3. Thank you guys, have a great one, and happy Halloween, because it's coming up soon. Might want to start thinking about it.